Good evening and good night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our final round of action here in MOR for today. My name is Jack, I'm your commentator, and we are here for the 10 p.m. social race in MOR esports. It should be a good one, hopefully. As mentioned, I'm Jack, your commentator, back with you once more here in Las Vegas. Should be a good race. There's always a good race around Las Vegas. Plenty of opportunities to overtake. Plenty of zones to get past other drivers. And we've got some big names with us once again. The big name that I'm sure most of you will be looking at is this man. Kevin Zunnerberg won the £50 prize race at 6 p.m. Is a member of PSGL and WOR's TL1, the two biggest leagues in F1 league racing. So I'm sure that a lot of you are looking at him with eager eyes to see what he can do after his Monza performance today. And I'm sure he will be bringing his very best to try and win yet another race in MOR esports. Las Vegas, always a great track to race around. Alcada will be the first man on a flying lap. We've got Doug, we've got Mr. Bilski, Ollie, Karate, Gersey in the chat. Welcome in, guys. Good to see you this evening. We've got Kian in the Twitch chat as well. Welcome in, Kian. Good to see you, my friend. I must say, I'm very hot. The voice box is a little bit screwed up after the 6 p.m. race, so do bear with me as we try to get to grips in this session, shall we say. Jack saying, when will the rest of the lineups be announced? They are working on them as we speak. So I would imagine tomorrow, maybe Saturday, is when they will be announced. We are going into pre-season next week, so by Monday, at the latest, they will be released for you, Jack. No problem, my friend. Ollie saying, how can I join? I will send you the link to the website, my friend. All you got to do, paste the link into your web browser, whether that be Google, whether that be Firefox, Google Chrome, Opera, whatever you use, even if it's just Safari on your phone, get in the website and sign yourself up. It is as simple as that. Alcada is on his lap then and is making his way towards the end of the first sector. The Aston Martin driver has been improving in recent races, so I would not be surprised if he does well, but he has been impeded there by one of the V-carbs, that V-carb being Sopel or Soppel. And Alcada's lap really is over from that moment, so I believe it's going to be Kevin that will be setting the first lap time in this session. We know how quick this man is. I don't need to give you any superlatives whatsoever about Kevin at all. Just let his driving speak for itself. The man from PSGL and WOR, definitely not shy of pace, that is for sure. The V-carb really not having any awareness whatsoever. Ollie says, how do I claim money if I win? And I won't be able to join for ages. If you, it will just be a DM conversation between yourself and Mikey, the league owner. If there is any prize money and you do win any prize money or anything like that, Mikey will sort it out as soon as possible. Kevin then through the final chicane and towards the final corner. He now comes. The Alpine driver looking to take another pole position. It's a 1 minute 31.5 to kick off the session here in MOR. Lily seeming very excited in the chat. Good evening, Lily. Good to see you. We've got Blake in second with a 1 minute 32.4. Sem is on a lap, has invalidated. Butcher goes into third. Cam Ruddy has invalidated as well. We've got KZR Dave, who is currently in P10, has not set a lap yet. Brody saying, can I get an invite back to the lobby? What's your EA, Brody? Lily says, always excited when you're commentating, in brackets, Riz. Do I even quantify that with a response? Brocker 10. Oh, Brocker! Welcome in, mate. I didn't realise it was you. I'm so sorry. Good to see you, man. It's been a while. Where is Brocco? Brocco, you doesn't look like you're online, my friend. Let me know when you are back online. Dave into the pit lane. We've got Soppel on their lap. Yeah, Brody, good to see you, man. Good to see you racing. Best of luck in this session, man. Fabian is on a lap as well. Ryan says, JP, it's like you want me to be right with all this commentary. It's definitely coming at you thick and fast, isn't it, Ryan? There is plenty of racing and plenty of commentating coming at you from MOR and from myself. As Kvyat Bonner now goes into third with a 1 minute 36.1. Stoppel goes into third with a 1:32.7. Ollie says, do I have to qualify to join? Not at all. Not at all. You just have to sign yourself up, get in the Discord, and that is it. That was a car in the wall, was it? Prime Crypt. That is a car in the wall without a front wing. So the Haas driver definitely not having the best start to qualifying in this. Kian saying, JP, did you watch my masterclass in Bahrain? I didn't, unfortunately. I did hear in one of the chats, I want to say it was just the general chat, that you had a really, really good race. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch it. What exactly did you do, Kian? Rafe says, watch and say what you think. If you're on about the league, trust me, I'm relatively confident you will think it's pretty good. Kevin in the chat saying, hey, with Riz. Our current provisional pole sitter. You're making me blush, Kevin. Calm it down. I've got to qualify yet. Qualify? Commentate yet. See, look. You're making me stutter and everything, Kevin. Get out of here. Stop it, you. Caden saying, how do you join? I will paste the link to our website. All you got to do, paste that in your web browser and get yourself involved, my friend. Kian says P18 to P6. Bloody hell. Lovely stuff, Kian. Using what I taught you, eh? Lily saying, why don't I make you stutter like that? You do, I just hide it. With Kevin, I'm a bit more open. D-Ghost coming down the Las Vegas Strip then to set his first lap time in this session. The Williams driver through the final chicane and towards the final corner. Kian saying, mate, absolutely masterclass from me. I love to hear it, Kian. Love to hear it. D-Ghost goes into ninth. The 1 minute 35.0. Kian saying I was 0.04 off of P4. My word. I wish I was commentating that now, Kian. That would have been limbs. Couple people on outlaps then, including Dave. We've got Brocker, TG, Rob. Cam is now in second place with a 1 minute 32.3. We've got MVK Nipper in third with a 1 minute 32.3 as well. Only 4 milliseconds separating the two McLaren drivers. McLaren definitely choosing their lineup very well. Kian saying I was so close to it. It was there. Well, Kian, if that doesn't show you that you're progressing, I don't know what does, to be completely honest. You've been on a roll as of recent. And looks like you're still improving. So congratulations, my friend. I'm sure there is plenty more of that to come. As Dave through the first sector then. The sector 1 split will pop up in the top right hand of your screen now. It's a 26.2 for KZR Dave. Can the Ferrari driver try and get himself through? Maybe towards the top 5, the top 3 potentially. We know Dave is normally very quick. Ollie's saying, how often do you do team races? What do you mean by team races? Are you on about like the Saturday teams division that we run? Or are you on about just like the race that we're doing now, for example, or championship events? What exactly do you mean, Ollie? Dave in 16th has not set a lap time in this session, is coming down the Las Vegas Strip currently. And the Ferrari driver pushing on. As I say, I would be expecting Dave to get into the top 5. Maybe break into the top 3. Rafe coming in with the rose. Thank you very much, Rafe. Really do appreciate the support, mate. Glad you are enjoying the stream. Dave does go to P2. It's a 1 minute 31.9, sorry. Ollie's saying, Rafe said you do like a team race for £200. We don't do a team race for £200. We have the Sunday esports division, which is for a prize pool. And that will be just like any other league championship. But it will be for a prize pool. That's obviously the Sunday esports division. So that's, as I say, literally your usual league racing. We have the Saturday teams division, which is a captain and a team of 4 drivers, so teams of 5 that race. So that isn't for a prize pool. That's just the Saturday teams division. I would assume Rafe means the Sunday esports division, which, you know, is 2 drivers per team, blah, blah, blah. But the prize money is for the drivers' championship, not the constructors' championship. Ollie's saying he just texted me, making me sound stupid. We all fall for stuff like that. Don't worry, Ollie. Don't worry at all. 7 minutes left then in this qualifying session. It's Kevin Zonneberg, who's currently on provisional pole. Ollie's saying, yeah, that's probably what he meant. Yeah, if you're looking to get involved in that, obviously, we don't have like a sign up for that. Realistically speaking, obviously, we want it to be the quickest drivers possible. So you're looking at really the pace of Kevin, Dave. If you've watched our streams before, QDR Edward, Solar, people like that. But anyone can sign up for it if they think they're good enough. Obviously, we'd want to see some form of pace from you. So we'd want you to race maybe in a few social races first to sort of gauge what your pace is like. But there isn't, let's say, an official sign-up process or anything like that. Kevin then makes his way onto his second lap in this session. We saw in Monza, he took pole after only 2 laps and saving a set of softs for a late safety car. Is that what Kevin is doing again in this session? Rafe saying, where did Edward come in the £50 race earlier? I can't exactly remember. I want to say it was 4th, if I'm not mistaken. 3rd or 4th, maybe 5th. It was Kevin that won. Solar was 2nd. I can't remember who was 3rd. But it was very closely contested. I can tell you that much. It was definitely not like, Kevin ran away with it by 20 seconds or whatever. I think the gap when they crossed the line was about a second between Kevin and Solar. We've got Kevin on his latest lap then, is about a 10.5 up through the middle sector. Rafe saying Ollie is rapid. Get involved then, Ollie. That's all I can suggest. Honestly, of course I'm going to be a little bit biased. I am the commentator. But I do genuinely think this is one of the best F1 leagues out there right now. You know, we've got people like Concept 7 that want to race in our events with us. We've got people like Kevin who are in PSGL and WOR, the top leagues in F1 league racing, that want to come and race with us. And we're easily one of the fastest growing leagues in F1 league racing. Kevin does improve by over 0.2 of a second. It's a 1 minute 31.3 for him. Nipper is in second with a 1 minute 31.7. Dave with a 31.9 is in 3rd place. Brody saying Concept 7 is a GOAT. He is absolutely wonderful. Always a pleasure to race with. Is very clean. Raided us earlier on Twitch as well. Honestly, a straight up gentleman. A big shout out to Concept 7 for doing the events with us and whatnot. He is we've done an event with him before in F1 25. He joined in with our event earlier on F1 26, and I think I speak for everyone at MOR when I say we're looking forward to working with him again. Brave says me and Ollie are going to get involved in F1 27. That's a long time away. F1 27. You're talking about 7-8 months until F1 27 comes out. Who knows what this league will look like by then. Lily saying, I'm eating a pot noodle. What flavour pot noodle, Lily? Let's get a little debate going in here. What is the best flavour of pot noodle, ladies and gentlemen? I'd have to go for just the standard chicken and mushroom. Or at least I think that's what it is, chicken and mushroom. I haven't eaten a pot noodle in years. Mr. Booski saying, I just ate a Ben & Jerry's ice cream. What Ben and Jerry's did you eat, Mr. Bilski? We'll get a little food debate going on here as we get into the last few minutes of qualifying. Ollie's saying I should have my racing sim and PS5 set up at my house by then. Oh, wicked, Ollie. Good man. Glad to hear that, my friend. Lily says Ben and Jerry's isn't nice. Ben and Jerry's is lovely. I've got some in my fridge. In my freezer, sorry. I'll be having that after this race is done. Cookie dough. Elite flavour. Elite flavour. I can't eat that, but elite flavour. Trust me. Noah, welcome in, man. Good to see you, mate. I'm very well, thank you. How are you, Noah? Doug saying best cookie type. Soft cookies. I don't care what flavour it is. Chocolate, triple chocolate, whatever it is. It has to be a soft cookie. I hate hard cookies. Soft cookies are beautiful. Lily says, yeah, we know you like it, Jack, when you dropped it down your t-shirt, mate. First of all, mate, that was not my fault. Second of all, Ben & Jerry's is elite. Rafe saying I should have all my stuff set up by Christmas. Wicked, Rafe. Look forward to seeing you in the league. Kian says I'm getting a Mackey's to celebrate my best league finish, P6. Awesome, Kian. You deserve it, mate. Let us know what your order is. Noah says I'm alright. Been a bit busy this week, so I haven't really raced, but I'll be back soon. Look forward to it, Noah. Hope you've enjoyed your time off. Ollie's saying, does everyone play on controller or wheel? It's a massive mix of both, to be honest. You'll find that there's many drivers that race on controller, many that race on wheel as well. We are in the final parts of qualifying then, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute and 1 minute and about 10 seconds left to go in this session. We've got Wood Butcher, Gerv, Fabian, TG Rob, all on laps. Noah saying at Thorpe Park tomorrow, so I'm going to miss the final F2 race of the season. Well, that's the liberties you get when you are the world champion, eh, Noah? You get to go and celebrate a week on from when you became world champion. Kevin saying, just got polls specially for you. Well, we'll see about that, because the likes of Dave and Nipper will have the right of reply. Kevin, very, very confident. Thank you very much, Noah, for the well wishes. Do appreciate you, mate. Take care of yourself. Look forward to seeing you soon. Marley in the chat as well. Welcome in, Marley. Good to see you, mate. As Nipper and Dave then embark on their final laps in this session. Cam Ruddy also on a lap as well. It's just teetering on the edge of the 1 minute 31s. Can Cam Ruddy try and get himself in the fight for pole position? The McLaren driver towards the end of the second sector and is about 2.5 tenths up. It's not looking like a pole lap for Cam Ruddy, but could put him towards the start of the second row, maybe even on the front row, if he can beat his teammate Nipper, who will have the right of reply over him. Cam Ruddy towards the final chicane. He now comes. Gets that McLaren turned in. Looks nice and stable for him. Towards the final corner. We go with Cam. Sem has gone into third place. Here comes Cam round the final corner. Improves into fourth. So what about Dave? What about Nipper then? Dave will be the first to set a lap time. Can Dave try and get through? He is in fifth at the moment. Needs improvement to get ahead of Sem and Cam. That's exactly what he does. And goes ahead of Nipper. But Nipper still can improve. The McLaren driver looking to try and get on the front row. Looking to take pole position. Nipper does improve. But it's not going to be enough. What about Blake? He has... yeah. Blake has done that. Whatever you want to call that. He's done the Richard Hammond. And is upside down. We hope Blake is okay. I'm pretty sure Blake is on a wheel. So hopefully his arms haven't snapped off. Gerv gets disqualified for going the wrong way. And that is the end of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin is on pole. The confidence shines through. And Kevin on pole position. Saying, told you I got pole. I don't lie to you, Pooks. Good man, Kevin. On pole position, then it's Dave in second with Nipper in third. Sem will start on the second row. Cam in fifth with Blake in sixth. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got a brilliant race coming up for you. The final race of the day in MOR. The Las Vegas Grand Prix is up next. Welcome back to the action then, ladies and gentlemen. And we are underway for the formation lap here in Las Vegas. Tyre-wise, it's looking like the hard is the preferred compound. But Kevin, Dave and Nipper all starting on the medium tyres. Butcher has got himself disqualified from the formation lap. We've got RLO in the chat as well. Welcome in, mate. Good to see you. During the break, I went and grabbed a little bit of a drink to sip on while I commentate. The voice box definitely needs it. What are our opinions, chat, on a little bit of watermelon flavoured water? I must say, never had it before. Never even realised it was a thing. Actually quite good, I must say. I'm a big fan of the watermelon flavoured water. So, shout out, where did this come from? Lidl. Shout out Lidl. Definitely an idea I'd never thought of, but watermelon water, very nice. Lily, I do know you don't like watermelons. Trust me, though. This water very good, I must say. Watermelon squishy. Alright, it looks like we are ready then for the start of this race. Kevin is your leader. And we'll start from pole position. RLO saying watermelon flavoured water is actually good, but cherry's a shout. I didn't realise that's a thing. Cherry flavoured water? I don't think I've ever had cherry flavoured water. That's actually a really good shout. I'm like a really, really big fan of cherries. Cherry is like my favourite, like, fruit. So that's actually a very good point. Cherry flavoured water. I'm going to have to search for that. RLO, you're a genius. Absolute genius. Alexander saying, JP, by the way, thanks for saying the Aston Martin driver has been improving in the recent races. You have, my friend. You've been getting a lot better. And I'm definitely seeing a lot of improvement. So, congratulations, mate. Reese saying, what's good, Jack? I'm stewarding today. Good luck, Reese. Plenty of incidents will probably occur at this street track. As all that is left to do, then, for the final time tonight, is wait for the lights ahead of the drivers. The engines roar to life then here in Vegas. It's lights out and away we go. We go racing here in Las Vegas. Dave with a poor start already. Down into third and make that fourth as Sem goes around the outside as well. It's Kevin with a good start and through turn 1 and 2 we go. Kevin is your leader. Nipper in second place. Dave does hold third then. It's Sem who runs in fourth. Blake trying to make it. An Audi 4.5 and is pulling very late to the inside line. Little bit of wheel banging. They get stuck together and there's contact. Blake now down to 9th place and it might be 10th as the Cadillac looks to try and attack as there's big contact there and that's Cam Ruddy. As the virtual safety car is deployed, Cam Ruddy retires on track. Big contact into the chicane and Cam immediately having none of it. Roman saying, what game? This is the F1 26 DLC, Roman. Already a chaotic start then. Looks like some more chaos towards the back as Stu and Clyde try and figure out what positions they're meant to be in. Kevin got the dream start and is in the lead of this race. Nipper in second. Dave, not with the greatest getaway, was lucky to hold on for third. Nipper stays in second. Sem in fourth with Soppel in fifth. At the end of lap 1, your biggest gainer is Gerv, who's up 7 places. Kvyat Bonner up 5 as we go back to racing conditions then. And Dave is all over the back of Nipper. Nipper already falling off the back of Kevin. As towards the outside line of turn 1 looks Dave then. Is he able to make the move right around the outside? Not going to be much grip around the outside there. But Dave looks like he's got enough now to the inside line. And gets the move done into second place. And Nipper will try and fight this back. But Dave using a lot more battery. And stays in second place for now. And all of this battling is just letting Kevin run away with it. 1.4 seconds in the lead now. Dave in second place with Nipper in third. It's Sem who's in fourth. Wood Butcher in fifth place ahead of Soppel. Blake trying to come back from that contact. Makes his way up into seventh on the medium compound tyres. Nipper is still gaining on Dave and I'm sure down the Vegas strip. With much more battery than the Ferrari as well. Nipper will be trying to challenge nearly a full battery pack for Nipper in the slipstream of the Ferrari and gaining on the rear end of the Scuderia. You can see Dave running out of battery. It's going to be an easy move for the McLaren to get ahead of the Ferrari. Look at Sem in the background as well. Lifting and coasting very, very early to save some battery. Nipper up into second, then Dave into third. We move on to the start of lap 3 then. It is Kevin Zunneberg that is your leader. Fastest lap as well for the Alpine driver. As Soppel gets ahead of Kvyat Bonner. Blake looking to get involved as well, as that was the V-carb of Soppel going into the wall. Blake makes the move and up into fifth. Wheel to wheel now are Kvyat Bonner and Soppel. Soppel all out of shape. Through turn 2, we've got a yellow flag. Why are there yellow flags? It immediately goes back to green, so it doesn't look like there was too much going on. TTV Kian with some big front wing damage, and that is probably why we had a yellow flag. Kian in 11th place at the moment, and some big front wing damage. Gonna be slowing him down. Sem running in fourth at the moment. Dave in third. It's Nipper in second place. We've got Blake then running in fifth. 3.6 seconds back as Stu gets a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. That is a very harsh penalty. Not sure what the Aston Martin driver did, but definitely was not legal. Say the FIA. Clyde and Benny fighting away as well. Clyde has used all his battery. And he will be a sitting duck down the Las Vegas straight as Dave and Nipper fight away again. Dave gets through into second place. Goes very deep into the chicane though. That's at least going to be a warning. And worst case scenario, Nipper's going to get back past. And that is exactly What is going to happen? The McLaren driver pounces on the Ferrari's mistake. Ollie's saying, are all cars equal? They are, apart from in our Thursday 6 and 8 p.m. divisions. And they are not equal. They are realistic performance. What you are watching right now, though, is a social race. And the social races are all equal performance. Dave sitting in behind Nipper for the time being. Sem on the hard compound tyres. The highest runner so far on the hard compound tyres. Audi running 4th and 5th at the moment. Blake about 4.3 seconds back on his teammate. He's got Soppel right behind him, almost pushing him through the chicane. The V-Carb driver with about the same battery as Blake is going to use a bit of that to try and get on the rear end of the Audi car. Going to use it to try and get past the Audi car. Ollie says, so when you compete for money, they're realistic. No, when we compete for money, they are equal performance. So it all comes down to pace, essentially. We don't want to leave it to a bit of luck when it comes to races for money. Dave and Nipper still fighting away. Sem getting involved as well. As that is KZR Dave, who has already been deep into the chicane once before, but this time it is even worse. Straight into the runoff. And is going to rejoin the race in 9th place. And Dave letting everyone go. The Ferrari driver into the pit lane, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is to retire. And it is to retire for Dave, the second retiree in this race. Nipper in second, sorry, with Sem in 3rd place. Kevin is your leader at the moment. The gap, 5.6 seconds. Rafe says, why are people retiring? To be honest, it's a very good question. I can't say I've ever been the type to just retire from races. I think you'll find with a lot of people, I often find it's with the quicker guys as well. If they are having a bit of a bad race, they make one little mistake, they get a bit of damage, whatever, they just decide to retire. I've always been of the opinion that, especially, you know, you're 5 laps into a 25-lap race, especially around Las Vegas, you're always guaranteed to get some sort of safety car or even a red flag or something like that. There's always going to be the opportunity to gain back. But of course, you know, not everybody thinks like I do. Some people would just rather come into the pit lane and retire and get on with their evening, to be completely honest. Sem has overtaken Nipper then into 2nd place. We obviously expect this race to be a one-stop. David saying his brake failed. His brake disconnected. So that is obviously why Dave was going very, very deep. And of course, a retirement like that, no surprise. Rafe saying, are you better than Edward or Kevin? I'm personally not, no. Put it this way, there's a reason I'm in the commentator's booth and not out on track. If I were racing in this race, I would probably, I want to say, be around the Blake Soppel fight. Vegas has always been one of my stronger tracks. Kevin is 6.7 seconds ahead of Sem at the moment. Obviously, you've got to remember that Sem and Nipper are battling quite hard as well. So Kevin will be gaining a bit further ahead because of that. But also, take nothing away from Kevin, he is absolutely rapid. So that is also the reason that he is 6.8 seconds ahead, because he is a rocket ship. Sem and Nipper still fighting away down the Las Vegas Strip. It's Sem that is in 2nd place at the moment. Lily saying, you are good, Jack, don't lie. I'm not saying that I'm terrible at the game. I just don't have the will to practice or anything anymore. So, like I say, I'd imagine I would be around 4th or 5th in this race. In other races, I'd probably be around 10th, 11th. It completely depends on the ability of the grid and whatnot. Make it F1 2021, I'd beat Jarno Watmir. But it's not F1 2021, it's F1 2026. Reese saying, Jack, are you going to race in this season's championship? If there are free seats available, and if I'm not commentating on the days, I will jump in as a reserve, but I'm not going to be full-time in any championships. I want to put all of my energy towards commentating, and I want to make sure that I'm available for as much commentary as possible. At the end of the day, this is what I want to do as a job. This is what I want to do as a career. Rafe saying, what about the one earlier at 50 quid? I was the one commentating, Rafe. I honestly prefer commentary. To put it simply, I don't really enjoy the F1 26 game, and I love having the interaction with people at home. You know, like a David Croft, for example, he doesn't get to speak to the viewers that are watching. I get to speak to you guys in the Twitch chat, in the TikTok chat. I get to have conversations with you. We get to have funny little debates about what milk is better. You know, I just find it a lot more enjoyable, the racing out on track. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy racing from time to time. I wouldn't ever be able to do a full championship season now. I just don't have the motivation for it, to be honest. Blake is going to be the first man to come into the pit lane then on lap 8 of this race. Jesse saying what time are the races? 10 a.m, 12 p.m, 2 p.m, 4 p.m, 6 p.m, 8 p.m, and 10 p.m, all UK time. We race a lot in MOR, put it that way. About every 2 hours from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m, we're racing. Liliana says I lost my pet rock. Oh my god. Alexander saying, hot take, Fiji water's the worst water to exist. Never had it, I'll be honest. I only drink flavoured water. Reese says, MOR Season 5, Wednesday, 6 p.m. First race is Baku on the 19th. I wouldn't know, to be completely honest. I just know that Season 5 starts a week on Monday. And pre-season is starting this coming Monday. Rafe says, any other races after this? Not today. This will be the final race of the night. And then we will be back with you at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Plenty of racing action coming your way in MOR, I can tell you that much. We move on then to lap 9 of this Las Vegas Grand Prix. Kevin is your leader. Nipper in second, Sem in third, with Soppel in fourth. It's Gerv in 5th place after starting from the back of the grid. Gerv doing a brilliant job at the moment, right on the back of Soppel in the battle for 4th place. Ollie's saying, why is everyone getting warnings and penalties? To be honest, the best way I put it, and without sounding like a bit of a sounding a bit aggressive, let's say, is if you were racing against 20 other people in very close proximity around a track like Las Vegas for 25 laps, you would also pick up warnings as well. It's incredibly close racing in MOR. And, you know, in really every league race, push comes to shove. You know, drivers get forced off a little bit. It's just kind of the nature of racing, to be honest. And to be honest, I've always been of the opinion that I want hard racing. I want people getting forced off the track and putting in the gravel and putting in the grass and whatever. I'm a bit old school when it comes to racing. I'm not a fan of the whole, he forced me off the track. Track limits here, track limits there. I like good old-fashioned racing. Screw the penalties. Screw the warnings. Let's just go racing and see what happens. Of course, if someone takes someone out or there's a big crash, stewards get involved. But as that Stu, who is in the wall, I believe, was fighting with Brocker. Lily says, but when he gets a pen, he moans. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. I'm more of a fan of the hard racing. Let's force each other off the road. Let's smash into the side of each other and have some contact. That's what I love about racing. It shouldn't be penalty here, penalty there, blah, blah, blah. He forced me off the road, etc., etc. I love the good old-fashioned, let's bash each other off the road. Let's have a bit of wheel banging. Let's go racing. Screw all the penalties. Screw all of that. Let's go racing. That's me at heart, but I am a bit old school when it comes to racing. It does make sense that, you know, penalties exist for going off the track and corner cutting and all that sort of thing. I'm personally not a fan of it, but I'm sure there are a lot of people that are fans of it. So, you know. Lily saying, you sound so unk right now. What do you mean, Lily? RLO saying, when I first done a league race, I got disqualified with around 7 track limits and a big corner cut. Exactly. Rafe saying, if you see someone obviously took someone else off, would you ban them repeatedly over races? If you're talking about an MOR, if there is any sort of intentional crash or anything like that, of course, immediately they will be banned. Simple as that. No appeal, nothing. The last thing we want is people being dirty. We want all the races to be clean. We don't want people, you know, getting upset over crashes or anything like that. Dirty racing, we don't stand for it. If push comes to shove, you know, it's very close racing. A driver ends up in the wall. You know, we do give out warnings and things like that. But, of course, if someone is a bit of a Marnus, shall we say, a bit of an idiot, then they will obviously be banned immediately. Reese saying what happened to one of the Aston Martins. I believe that was Stu. He was fighting away quite hard with Brocker. Ended up in the wall and has come into the pit lane to manually retire from this race. Kevin is your leader by 10 seconds now. Sem and Nipper still battling away. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the medium runners into the pit lane within the next couple of laps. Ollie says, wait, so if I dive bomb the whole grid from dead last, would I be banned? Most likely, yes. If you didn't make contact with anyone, then of course, no. But if you take everyone out, then of course, yes, you would be banned. We have seen a few people get banned from MOR in recent league races for intentional crashes and things like that. There are some times where, you know, there is circumstance involved. But ultimately, what we want in MOR is clean racing, fair racing. We don't want, you know, people getting smashed off the road. Kevin does come into the pit lane. Nipper is also coming into the pit lane as well then. Sem will stay out and take the lead of this race on the hard compound tyres. Ollie's saying, what if I purposely take someone out because they put me in a wall? You probably would be banned. The main thing, realistically, is what we say to absolutely everyone. If someone does put you in a wall, if someone does try to take you out intentionally, if you then go and take them out, you're both going to be banned because you're both as bad as each other. If someone does try to take you out, just clip it, send us the clip, and they will get banned. You won't ever have to race them again. Yes, it's annoying. That's your race ruined. But you will have plenty more races in MOR. They won't. So, Race says, would you give me a chance to explain myself? If you're taking people out, no. It will just be an immediate ban, no appeal, nothing. If it's a bit of a, kind of, you took him out, but you didn't, but you did, but you didn't. It kind of comes down to, you know, we want to see your POV, whatever. Blake has had a bit of an off moment then on the 4-lap old hard compound tyres. Has got a bit of damage as well, and I'm sure Blake will be back into the pit lane at the end of this lap. Cameron says, what if they brake check and you don't get out the way? Again, all incidents realistically are circumstantial. We can't just turn around and say, if this happens, you will get banned. If this happens, you won't get banned. There's no clear-cut guideline because every incident in league racing is different. There is always circumstance to these things. Most of the time, it will be opened up to appeal. So like you say, Ollie, if you lose grip and take 4 people out, it will come down to an appeal where we will look at your point of view We will look at everyone else's point of view and we will decide if, you know, you did just try and take 4 people out or if there was circumstance to it. But if it is very clear you have just taken someone out, you will be immediately banned and that will be it. And that has happened before. But we have also had instances, where people get taken out, report the clip, and we're like, yep, that person's banned. And then they send us their POV and like their wheel has disconnected or something. And it wasn't actually their fault. And we overturn the ban. Again, it's circumstantial. Anyway, enough waffle about getting banned from MOR. Let's get back to the racing action. Blake has come into the pit lane and retired after his crash. Kevin currently running in second behind Sem, who is still in the lead of this race. Has not pitted yet, started on the hard compound tyres. Ty saying, if I sign up today, will I get to race today? This is the final race of the day. But we've got plenty of races tomorrow and in the days coming. So I would say sign up as soon as possible because the attendances do go very quickly. Rafe saying, do you commentate all the time or are there other people? There are indeed other people. We have a lot of very talented commentators. I am one of the full-time commentators, let's say. It's me and Jack Crossley that are the full-time commentators. Jack currently on holiday in Florida with his family. He's not back till the 18th, I don't believe. So it's mainly me that you will have till the 18th. Then it's basically split between myself and Jack Crossley. And then we do have other reserve commentators like Gavin Bass, who you will hear tomorrow. We've also got people like Sean, who commentate from time to time. Sander commentates for us from time to time. Jude Jens as well. So the main voices from MOR you'll be hearing are me and Jack Crossley. Funnily enough, both called Jack. But there's always, you know, a day that I can't do and Jack can't do, and you'll maybe have Sean on commentary or Gavin on commentary or someone else. Daikon, as Alexander says, he commentates the Thursday 8 PM division. He is full-time for that division, will always be full-time for that division, unless he, you know, doesn't do it anymore. As Sem comes into the pits then, Kevin retakes the lead of this race. Stoppel also into the pits, so Nipper should take second place in this race. McLaren driver 11.7 seconds behind Kevin. RLO saying I joined tomorrow's 12 PM, so she'll look forward to seeing you there, RLO. That is, I believe, the first race I'm commentating tomorrow. I will give you guys my schedule, just in case you are interested. So no, I'm doing 10 AM, 12 PM, 2 PM, 6 PM, and 8 PM tomorrow. So I'll be with you from 10 till 2, then a break at 4, then I'll be back with you at 6 and 8. And then I believe you've got Gavin for the other 2 races tomorrow. Reese saying, what's your predictions, Jack? If you're asking for this race, I think it would be very hard to say Kevin isn't winning, to be completely honest. The battle between Sem and Nipper will be good. Medium tyres for Sem, hard compound tyres for Nipper. 5.2 second gap between them. I want to say Nipper is going to finish second. Sem will finish third. That would be my prediction. What are your guys' predictions in the chat? By the way, JP, you've been calling me Alexander for about 2 weeks. Sorry to tell you, mate. It's not. Is it not? I was sure it was Alexander. What is your name? I promise I will pronounce it correctly if you tell me. I've always just looked at your name and thought it was Alexander. I am very sorry, mate. Fraser saying, how do I get in touch with stewards? I believe there's a channel in the Discord called Open a Ticket or something like that. It's called something ticket. And if you make a ticket in that channel, you will be able to get yourself involved in a race. RLO saying, I'm Alpine, but I'm kind of slow, so only if I finish, I might get under 10th. At the end of the day, if you finish, you're probably finishing in at least the top 15, top 10, with the amount of people that retire on track. I wouldn't be surprised. The main thing is just, you know, yes, we have a lot of very quick drivers in the league, but we are open to everyone. And the thing that I will always encourage to people is the best way to practice F1 is to race with other people, whether that's online lobbies, whether that's leagues, whatever it is. The only way you're going to improve is if you race. So race as much as you can. Even if you are 5 seconds away from the closest driver to you and you're right at the back of the grid, you're learning from other people. You're understanding where people go right and people go wrong. And ultimately, that is very, very valuable experience that you will gain. So I would say, try not to retire if you have an incident. Try and keep trucking on. There's always safety cars in these races that will bring you back into it. Kian saying, defo never DNF. Just race, you will improve. Exactly that. Kian is one of the men that I don't think I have really ever seen manually retire from a race. And the improvement from Kian has been absolutely brilliant. My name is Adam. My last name is Alcada, which is why I put it as my EA name. Okay, I will remember you're called Alcada, and I will just call you that from now on. My apologies, Adam. I do apologize for that. Solar saying, yeah, I saw that one coming. What did you see coming, Solar? Are you on about this, man, that's up at the front? RLO saying, my league went dead and we haven't raced in a month. Honestly, take it from me, it is very hard to set up a league in F1 26. Not many people want to race. Solar saying, Kevin's stat padding. To be honest, I mean, you could say he's stat padding. You could say he's just been absolutely incredible. He's given us a few weaves to say hello at home. Solar, I'm sure that's one for you. But at the end of the day, Kevin has been the best man out on track, and that is why he is winning this race. It's not just stat padding. It's proving how quick he is. 13.6 seconds ahead of Nipper and Sem, who are in their own right very quick drivers. You know, who wants to stop him? Simple as that. You see Kevin, you see how much he's dominating. Who's going to come along and stop him? Simple as that. RLO saying, was he the person who won the 50 quid? It was indeed. Solar says, Kevin, if you have the balls, I dare you to pit again. That's a message coming from Solar, Kevin. Feel free to accept that challenge. Lily says, what does stat padding mean? Basically, what Solar's saying is he's racing against slower people to add wins and fastest laps to his name. Reese says, check Discord general. I'll have a quick look now, Reese. Let's have a look. Where are we? Stu saying, I was scared for my life. It's a clip. Oh my word, that is a big crash that happened on the opening lap. I think we saw that wheel locking. Solar says, come on, Kevin, get into the pits. Think someone is a bit sour. They didn't win 50. I mean, Solar was quaking. Kevin is coming into the pit lane. He accepts the challenge. Kevin, back into the pit lane. Well, you can't say that he doesn't have a pair on him. That is for sure. 14 seconds was the gap. Kevin into the pits for medium compound tyres. Kevin, I have got to say, you have easily earned my respect. You earned it earlier anyway by winning that race. You have massively earned my respect by coming into the pit lane again. What a man Kevin is. A man of the people. Comes in to the pit lane again. He's ahead of Sem. He's 2.4 seconds off of Nipper. He accepts Solar's challenge. What a man. What a man. Brilliant stuff, Kevin. Absolutely wonderful. The chat is loving it as well. You've definitely earned the chat's respect. And I'm sure Kevin will be right on the back of Nipper in no time, hounding down the McLaren driver. Kevin accepts Solar's challenge. Those two had a brilliant race in the £50 prize race. It was Kevin that ultimately won that. Solar bringing him the challenge in the 10 PM social. Kevin accepting it gracefully. And is already within a second of Nipper. Kevin surely looking to breeze past and get back into the lead of this Grand Prix. Nipper is your man leading. Kevin weaving to say hello to everyone at home. He is a showman. You have to say it. Has most certainly earned my respect. Giving the people at home a show. As he is now right on the back of Nipper then. McLaren versus Alpine for the lead. We're on lap 20 of 25 here in Las Vegas. And what a day this man will have had if he can win the social race as well. Ollie says, Kevin, you ain't got the balls to hit the wall. JP, tell him. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin does just dink the wall. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, my word. This is unbelievable. Kevin then is right behind Nipper. And I'm sure we'll be attacking down the Las Vegas Strip. He's putting on a show for the people at home. Nipper isn't even really going to fight it. Here comes Kevin towards the inside and takes the lead of the Las Vegas Grand Prix once again. Solar says, Kevin, if you hear this dive bomb, he's already ahead by the time they get to the corner. Nipper with a bit of a moment out of the final chicane as well. And Kevin is your leader once more. A man of the people is the Alpine driver. And he leads once again in Las Vegas. What a showman. What a showman. We'll take a quick look at the penalties screen. It's on the left-hand side of your screen. 6 seconds for Kvyat, Bonner, and Wood Butcher. 3 seconds for Soppel, Fabian Best, TG Rob, and D Ghost. 6 seconds again for Benny and for Clyde. We've got 9 seconds for Brocker, and then 16 seconds for Prime Crypt. Alcada saying, Kevin, if you've got the balls, retire. That's a little bit too far, I would have said. Solar says, Kevin, get a penalty and win. Tell him that, JP. What are these challenges? Reese says, Kevin doesn't have the balls to let him back past and dive bomb him. What am I hearing? You've already told the man to pit. He's still leading the race. You've already told the man to hit the wall. He's done it. These challenges coming Kevin's way. Crazy stuff. You can see him. He's shaking his head. That's a no weave to the people at home. 1.6 seconds is the gap out in front between Kevin and Nipper. As we move towards lap 22, Kevin with the bait coming into the pit lane again. Nipper is the man currently in second. I'm sure would have been elated when he saw Kevin dummy into the pit lane. Definitely a man of the people is Kevin, and has got the pace as well to back it all up. The Alpine driver putting on a classic. RLO says Kevin doesn't have the balls to pit to finish first. Tell him that, JP. I wonder how much of a gap that would require around Vegas to be able to come into the pit lane and still win the Grand Prix. I want to say you need around 5 seconds. Maybe a little bit more. That's just a random estimate. I wouldn't actually have a clue. I'm sure Kevin probably will do it, though. Getting to know the man a little bit today in the Discord. Very, very sound man. Very respectful. Good bit of banter on him as well. Solar saying Kevin doesn't have the balls to do a cheeky drift. Now that's a challenge Kevin can do. Come on, Kevin. Give us a little bit of a drift, my friend. Get that back end to step out a little bit. Into the final chicane. Is he going to give us a little bit of a drift? Out of the final corner we go. Doesn't look like he's able to through there. I'm sure through turn 1, he will please us. A drift, pretty easy to do, you would have said. As towards turn 1 we go. We'll go to the off-board camp. Is Kevin going to drift? He's trying. He's trying. He's too used to putting the throttle down. He can't. His feet won't allow him to drift. 3 seconds is the gap between Kevin and Nipper. And he's given us a drift then. Giving us a bit of a burnout as well. The gap falling between Nipper and Kevin as he tries to be a man of the people. He knows what he is doing. That's a little bit of a drift there. Getting the back end out. Amazing stuff from Kevin. Definitely giving us something to watch. Kvyat Bonner on the back of Wood Butcher in the fight for 6th place. And the 2 Red Bulls battling away for, do I say it? I'm going to say it. For the battle for 6th and 7th, ladies and gentlemen. Way! 6th and 7th place between the Red Bull drivers. Fighting away. I'm sure the chat will be absolutely elated that I've said that. Doug saying, JP, I had to stop racing. I ruined Kian and D-Ghost race accidentally. No problem, Doug. Not a problem at all. The chat erupting into 6-7 rules. I'm not surprised about that. The 2 Red Bulls, I'm saying it again, battling for 6th and 7th. The 2 Red Bulls, they're doing it. 6th and 7th, the Red Bulls currently in. Sander in the chat, I'm doing very well, Sander. As you can see, losing my mind a little bit in this race. I hope you're doing well, Sander. Kvyat is gaining on Butcher. The chat once again erupting into 6-7. It's Horn saying, is this a no assist league? It is not, my friend. You can use whatever assist you want apart from steering assist, braking assist, pit assist, ERS assist, and pit assist. Lily spamming 6-7. Solar saying this is the type of stuff that happens only at the 10 PM race. Honestly, I think the 10 PM races are the most fun ones I have because I actually barely commentate, I must say. My commentary this evening has been absolutely awful because I've just been chatting away with you guys, but that's what makes it so fun. These 10 PM races, they go to about 11:15 and we just get everyone in the chat. We have a good time. Do you know what I mean? It's fun. We have the whole day of racing action and then we get to 10 PM. We have a little bit of fun, don't we? Kevin, though, is starting the final lap of this race. The Alpine driver has been a showman. Has most certainly shown us what he's worth here tonight. And I'm sure we will see this man many times in the future. Has joined MOR today. Or at least I think he joined today. Maybe yesterday he joined. And has been absolutely wonderful. He's been a great person to meet. Has also been a great sport out on track as well. Has been absolutely rapid, which is always great to see. Has been a showman for you guys at home. Obviously, a deserving winner of this race as well. And I'm sure he's probably got something up his sleeve for the final lap. Whether it's coming into the pit lane to win. Or crossing the line in reverse. Something like that. He makes his way down the Las Vegas Strip then. For one final time And the Alpine man, 5.4 seconds ahead of Nipper, who's in second. To the final chicane for one last time. The Alpine driver enduring a day of success in MOR Esports. He is going to make his way towards the line, weaving to the line as well. Sin City rises to acclaim, Kevin, who spins across the line and wins the Las Vegas Grand Prix. It's Nipper who finishes in second. Sem will finish in third. Stoppel will come home for fourth on track, but it will be Gerv from the back of the grid up 16 places to finish in fourth. Stoppel will finish in fifth. It will be Kvyat Bonner that finishes in sixth, with Fabian in seventh. Or will it be Fabian? Because Wood Butcher down the inside of the final chicane is going to go in a little too deep though. Will he hold the position? No, he won't. Fabian gets the better exit. Butcher has to catch the slide. And it will be Fabian that finishes ahead of the Red Bull. Drag race to the line though. They get very, very close. Butcher had 3 seconds more in penalties anyway. Rob will finish in 9th. Kian will finish in 10th place and is weaving his way down the Las Vegas Strip. Benny in 11th with D-Ghost in 12th. Brocker 13th. Alcada 14th with Prime Crypt in 15th place. Honestly, that was a brilliant race. Showmanship from Kevin. Kevin in the chat saying, challenge done, Mr. Solar. Definitely making it interesting out in front. A brilliant race to end the night. We'll be back at 10 a.m. with you tomorrow morning, ladies and gentlemen. What a way to end the day. What a day it has been in MOR. We pulled our record amount of viewers for highest viewers on a stream. That was at our 6 p.m. £50 prize race. We had 370 concurrent viewers at one time. Absolutely extraordinary. Kevin finishes the night in style then. And he wins the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Holds the trophy above his head. And that is your racing action then. Kevin wins in Las Vegas. Nipper in second with Sem in third. My name's been Jack. I've been your commentator. A pleasure to be with you. I will be back with you tomorrow at 10 a.m. So I will see you then. I hope to see you there. Until I see you, take care. Thank you very much. And ta-da.